Alright guys, this will be my national recap for pickups only. I'll make a video separately for interactions and shoutouts, maybe on Wednesday, but I wanted to get this out there tonight while filming this Monday night, probably upload it Tuesday afternoon or so. What we're seeing in front of you is actually an uncatalogued 30s issue. I have only seen one other of these, other than this one that I'm showing you here. So I can't exactly describe who distributed this issue or what it is. What we do know about it is that it's known to be a felt that you can sew in with 6 other pieces and make a beanie or like a small hat of sorts. So there are other player subjects that are not checklisted or like baseball actions, and it kind of resembles Hank in a way. The seller that I bought this from actually outbid me on this in 2018, and I was actually, oh, maybe it was in 2019. It doesn't matter. He was actually pretty impressed that I remembered how much he wanted for, so he gave me a pretty amazing deal on something that's actually with SGC now. I have 2 things that I bought at the National that are with SGC that I'll get in about a month or so, and I'll show those when they come, of course. But in regards to SGC, I got another snapback that you see there on the right. On the left here is probably the coolest thing I picked up at the show. They were giving these out. This is GoSGC.com. But this is an awesome foam finger that Max and Michael pretty much hated by the time the show ended, because I just wore it all the time and shook it around, and it was just amazing. I mean, where else can you find like a foam finger of SGC? And this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I definitely plan on bringing this to future shows, so Max and Michael, just deal with it. Okay, cool. So this is the felt. I haven't measured it, but definitely over 6 inches tall. Waiting to see if SGC will encapsulate it or not. Still up in the air in terms of whether it can be cataloged. So just sort of waiting back to hear from them on that. Next, this was a reholder I had SGC do. The back from Heritage had a crack in it, so which was cool of them to do. Picked it up the day after I got it done. This next card, Max actually found while we were browsing the show together. This is a 1934 Goudey Hank Greenberg rookie card, as you can clearly see. What I really like about this card is the centering and the color. Now, maybe the color is not really coming up all too well here as I'm filming at night, but the color on this card is very, very nice. And the reason why I graded 1.5 is because on the back there's a back stamp. Now, at the time, we were hypothesizing as to possibly why 1933 is a significant date here, because this Sears was issued in 1934. But sort of came to the conclusion that whoever stamped this, or the original owner, possibly made a mistake and didn't flip their stamp over when they stamped it, because this mentions statistics that he had in 1933 at the end of the season, and so it wouldn't be chronologically possible for someone to stamp this in 33. Anyway, I really love the look of this card, and I really need another look. I needed another rookie card, so I'm happy to have bought this and found it at the show. So thank you, Max. Next card I found during the day on, I guess it was on Saturday. This is my 8th 35 Diamond Star. This is a 3. Pretty nice 3, I would say. Seller bought this with a Goudey Ruth and was not didn't display it until Saturday, and I already walked by his booth a couple times already. And by the 3rd time or 4th time I walked by it, he had the card, and I like the price that he offered it at. I was a little gamey and went back and offered him something a little less, and he took it, which was cool. So I actually used PayPal to buy a lot of the cards that I had to show, and as long as you were really transparent and did it there at the table and showed the seller the receipt, and not the receipt, maybe just the confirmation of you doing it, they were really accepting of using that as a payment method. So for future reference, if you guys have, angst about carrying, I don't love to carry cash. That's a good way to make deals with sellers because you'll just do it right there on the spot for them. So I really liked picking that up for a nice price. Good color on this one too. Next card. Very, very excited about this. This is another 35 Diamond Star Greenberg. You can see this is an SGC6. I actually bought this from the same seller that I bought my other 6 from. He remembered me, and he didn't let me know that he had this because he figured I didn't need it since I already bought another 6 from him. But I informed him that I'm always looking for Hank, and so he will be notifying me whenever he has them. As you can see, the centering on this card is pretty perfect, and left to right is 50-50. I would say top to bottom is probably 55-45 or 60-40. Color could be a little better. His face is a little washed out there, but beggars cannot be choosers. Just a really nice example of this card. Very, very happy to have found that. Upset I didn't make a video at the National itself. Definitely wanted to make one with Michael and at least Max. I think it would have been fun to collaborate with them and maybe some other YouTubers that I met, but I'll get into that in my other video. So this would be my 9th Diamond Star. It's a beautiful card. I wanted to highlight this. This is a card that Pepino Man, this sticker keeps coming off, Caesar, but I keep reapplying it. Caesar made this card as like a gimmick kind of in one of his videos, and you can see that there's a lot of definition in the face with the hand drawing that Caesar did. Yeah, you see that it's already stuck up. The corners are really sharp. Holding his Glock 19 there, and he's really looking very happy to play it. Maybe he doesn't even have a nose or doesn't have a mouth. Who knows? He signed the back of it. Uno de uno. So that was fun. Really liked meeting Caesar. The last card is very, very special. This is a unique addition to my collection. I had not gotten one before. This is a 1941 play ball paper Hank Greenberg, and I wanted to read the notes in the standard catalog as you look at the card. Let's see here. As cardboard became a critical commodity during the months prior to the United States entry into World War II, Playball experimented with issuing a version of the first 24 cards in the 1941 set on paper sheets of 12, comprising the color-printed layer of the regular cards and the backs. The paper versions understandably did not stand up to handling well, and as the cardboard cards and survivors are much scarcer today. Michael bought this card very sneakily. Michael bought this card very sneakily from the seller who was disbanding his PSA registry set. And as he already has one, he gave it to me. What I think is amazing about this card is you can literally look through it. You can look right through it. It's literally paper thin. The back is the same, but you can tell the paper is light. So yeah, it's really a beautiful card. I'm really fortunate to have this. I will highlight this in another video because his gesture is just really unbelievable. Guys, thanks for watching. Look out for my video in regards to meeting people and interactions and stuff like that. We'll see you guys. Bye.